All right, so today I am gonna demo how we do a comb out. So yesterday I set this mannequin with rollers. I'm doing a comb out today. So yesterday I set this lovely lady with rollers. Good job, you guys did the same at home. I'm so proud of you. Now, the only difference is, excellent. If you didn't have a dryer, a hooded dryer to put on here like I did, it may have not dried completely. So make sure as you take the roller out, if it's not 100% dry, guys, don't comb it out until it's 100% dry because the curls will just bloop, they'll flop. If you can put it in an area where maybe it's drier or by the heat or something like that, or if you do have, I'll show you what it looks like. A hooded dryer, which, you know, they do sell portable ones like this on Amazon. I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you guys see what it looks like? So you can actually pick one up on Amazon if you want, but you don't need to because we do it in school. All right? So nice to see you guys. I'm so happy you're with me. So I'm taking these babies out. So you can see it's nice and boingy and bouncy as I'm doing it, right? So we take them out. You have a nice snap to it. I'll show you what it looks like, what I mean, what has a nice snap to it. When it's a good set, it's nice and snappy. You see that? Now, we do roller sets. A lot of times you will see these when, you know, at like Fashion Week and when they're doing models' hair and stuff like that, or for weddings or quinceañeras or formal parties. Something where you want your hair to totally hold and look amazing, or if you want to do a really cool updo. People think rollers are out of style. It's so not true. It is one of the easiest ways to get, especially if someone has curly hair like myself, to throw in rollers and get a nice, smooth, beautiful look. So I'm just getting these babies all out. You guys remember, once you remove your rollers and you remove your clips, you sanitize everything before you put stuff away because they touched your client's head, right? We go through that whole procedure of washing with hot soap and water, and then we're gonna soak them, not the clips because they're metal and they're rust. Okay, so this girl is nice and dry. So you can see that. Can you guys see like how nice and springy that all looks? Now you have to have a bristle brush. See this kind of brush? This is like an old school bristle brush. And you're gonna start combing these curls out from the base. You may have to push your mannequin down while you're doing this. Do you see how I'm managing the hair? And that is to get all these lines, those ridges from the curlers out of her hair. So I'm combing from the root and I'm gently massaging that hair through, if you guys can see that. If your mannequin's dry, you can try and do it with me. If it's not dry, you can do it later on once that mannequin is nice and dry. Because remember guys, any kind of blowout, any kind of hairstyling, if the hair is not dry and you curl it or you comb it out, it's gonna go boop, it's gonna flop. We're gonna make sure that we get all this beautiful hair combed out. Now this is more, you know, they used to wear their hair like this a lot in the 50s, obviously. They would set it, wrap it. But like I said, don't let that deter you from us doing an amazing hairstyle on this client. Now I'm gonna show you a few different ways that I could take this one roller set and make an amazing hairdo out of it, okay? So here's one way. Comb her. And this takes a little while to get all those ridges out as you're combing. Now after I comb her out, I like to apply, this is like a little aloe vera hair polisher, some kind of a silicone or some kind of a nice, okay? And you just slowly, don't slap it on the top of the head because they're gonna get greasy. Slowly manage it through to the ends with your hands. This will just help you get some control as you're styling this nice lady. Okay, so now that I have her, now if she wanted just a soft hairstyle, I would just comb it into place, just the way it is here. I could just comb it in and she could just wear it soft, okay? Now I know this is like you're going, this is like very dated looking, Miss Fontana. Like, I don't want to do this. You have to know the concept behind it, the concept of hand styling. So now I'm gonna tease her hair, because what I'm gonna do ultimately is I'm gonna put this lady's hair in a really nice updo. So I'm gonna take this section, this mat gets a little too tall. I'm gonna take my comb, do you see I'm doing this? And I'm gonna slowly make a cushion. Did you guys see that little cushion? That's called teasing. Can you see what that looks like? Okay. This teaches you guys dexterity. It teaches you really how to be able to manage the hair. Don't ever do that to your client. So I'm teasing. Can you guys see how I'm doing that? Holding the hair up taut, gently pressing down. This technique is used a lot too when we learn how to do balayage, hair painting. A lot of times you tease it before you actually paint the color on. So I'm gonna go down. You could actually feel the cushioning. See how I push that down? Now I have a cushion that's gonna hold my hairstyle, because I'm gonna do an updo on this woman. And you don't wanna go like this and saw, you wanna do methodical pressing down. If you're gonna go into like updos and the bridal business, which is a very big, lucrative business, formal hairstyling, you have to learn how to do this. These are the basics, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna go down the side and do the same thing. You guys can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna go down the side, pull this up. Notice how I'm not going like this, I'm pressing down. Pressing down. Pressing down. Pressing down. Go to my next section here. Got that one already. You can hold the comb more narrow like this if you get to these areas where you need more control. So remember, you control the hair. The hair is not going to control you. Because if you're going like this here, you might be making more of a mess. So I say control the comb. All right, next side. This is called a comb out with a teasing. Hold the hair taut while you do it, and then cushion that hair.
Wouldn't that create knots in the girl's hair?
It doesn't, because after their style, it comes down. Of course, you brush this out before you shampoo their hair after they do their hairstyle, right? So if you wet it and wash it when the hair is still teased, absolutely it would cause knots. But once someone comes in, let's say after I do this updo, and then the client's gonna take her hair down, we tell her to start to brush her hair from the bottom up, and this all comes out. Now, mind you, people that get these kind of hairstyles, they would leave this in for a week. if they're going to a party, you know, they want that to stay in all day, or if it's raining, or if it's a wedding. So this is a way to ensure that there's cushioning. All right, now that I did all this, it looks crazy and messy, but you still have to get control. I put a drop of spray for control, right? And now I'm gonna start combing out. With this brush again, guys, you're combing gently over the teasing. I'm not grading in, I'm gently combing over. So the hair that's on top gets combed over the teasing that's underneath. Now I'm gonna show you where this is all going in a minute. Put this here, and I'm gonna put this here. Now, I'm gonna give this lady an updo, a French twist. So I'm gonna take the back of her hair, which I already teased all up. Let me see how's the best way that you guys can see this. Do you see how I'm not grading into I'm combing the hair gently, just the top part of her hair. All right. I'm going to put this in, up, anchor it in. Remember, you have control over the hair doesn't have control over you. This takes a lot of practice. Don't get discouraged if it's like overwhelming the first time you do it. It's all dexterity. Do you see how I'm sewing these in there? Well, I'm still holding on to the hair and not losing control. Okay? Now, I'm gonna take another one and I'm gonna cross pin these like an X. That way it stays. Do you see what I'm doing? All right, we have our first side up. With a light touch, I can go over and smooth this, super light. The trick is being light as you're doing this. Now, I'm gonna get her other side and I'm gonna twist it over while I'm leaving this bang area out because I want this to be like a little sexy swoop here. So we're gonna leave this part out. So as with any hairstyle, you have to have the vision of what she's gonna look like when I'm done with her. You can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna wing it. You have to have a total vision of what this woman's hair is gonna look like when you're totally finished doing her hair. All right, now, with this hand, I'm gently pulling back this other side of the hair now. Same thing I did there. Don't let it control you, you control it. Now I'm taking this hair and I'm rolling it underneath. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if it's better like this. With the tail, I'm just sticking the hair in there. And I'm pinning that. This is a classic French twist for you guys that don't know. Let's see. Hold it tight, hold it tight. Take your comb and tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in, tuck it in. This is what you guys call classic hairdressing. Now again, why do you need to know this? It's for dexterity. What are you gonna do if someone comes in and they want like a classic hairstyle? You're not gonna be able to do it. And you have your 4 or 5 rollers, which I'll show you again, on your skateboard set. You guys saw that from yesterday, so you really have to know how to do those rollers for your skateboard set. All right, now, the one thing about teased hair is I can do anything with it now. Do you see how cool it is that I can mold it, sculpt it, make that little loop-de-loo there, have this hair swooping down? It enables me to have massive control over what I'm doing to the hair. Where when you just curl hair, it's a whole different animal. It's much softer, it's got less manageability. Now you guys will be practicing this. So now you can see, here's your French twist in the back. You could put some beautiful beads in there, some baby's breath, some flowers, whatever. Now I'm going to take the front of her hair and I'm going to start working on that. She said she doesn't want it that poofy on the top, so we're going to keep that in mind. All right. I'm going to take this first piece, and notice I'm combing from the teasing up. I am not touching that comb, that teasing. I'm going to twist this here and put that as a little floret on the top of her hair. Pin it down. Do you guys see how that's coming? That cool? Take the next piece. Without taking out the teasing, I'm brushing the end part here, and I'm going to make another. How are all you guys doing today? Everybody's good? Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm happy to hear that.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Are we coming back next week?
Monday, yeah. Monday's back to school. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know, unless something changes that I don't know about, but as far as I know, yes. So you guys seeing how, as piece by piece I take it, I have total control as I'm molding this hair as to where I want to put it, what I want to do with it. And it's very pliable. That's what makes a set so different than when you just blow dry style someone's hair. It gives you massive, massive flexibility. Let's see, I don't like this, so I'm going to move this down here. Actually, I think I'm going to split it. Hold on. I'm going to put this up here. And then I'm going to move these two down here as a bang. My finishing product is a little bit of spray to seal the deal with your fingers. If there's any baby stragglers, this is where you put those puppies down with your hand. Now this lady brought me a picture. She wanted this hairdo, so I delivered, right? Like I said, this is a very formal, stiff, old school French twist, but if someone comes in and they want that and you're doing formal styles, I could see putting a beautiful bridal veil in here or some rhinestones. And this woman can go to her party, her gig. That is one thing. I'm gonna take a picture of it.